Hi guys, me again, Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Yes, I got my Airfix t-shirt on, so I'm now officially a fanboy. No, I'm not. So, I have a review. This has just come in the post. No, it's not a Dremel. I know what's in here because I know it's come from Dave. And Dave has sent me a load of aftermarket for the Akagi in 1/35th scale from Hasegawa. And in here is one particular set that I've been looking for. Unless he's winding me up, this might be a load of bloody chipwood in here or something. Or chipboard, shall I say, I don't know. But yeah, in here should be the stuff that I've been looking for since about 2012. So that's like 11 years. So it's in a Dremel box. It came all wrapped up in a beautiful big paper envelope. And here you can see we're trying to get it out with not get all these little peanuts all over the floor. But it's beautifully packaged, and he knows how fussy I am with packaging. And I'm just absolutely gobsmacked and made up that he sent me this. So I want to thank him very, very much. I'm dropping these bits of peanuts on the floor. I'm going to switch the camera off and come back when I've got this out. Okay, so we finally got all unwrapped, and I'm just absolutely blown away. If you can imagine scouting around for about 11 years for something, having a company send you, look, your item has come in stock, and you're like, yes, and you pay for it, and it's coming from Japan, and apparently the ship sank. Thanks. And then it's never come back into stock since. I think that was about probably 5 or 6 years ago, at least, maybe even more. So it's been a long old wait. I did actually see one on eBay that I missed out on, and somebody had the kit, the Akagi kit from Hasegawa, and the box set, not the rest of the photos, just the box set, and it went for about £240, and I think I bid about 235, and it just stayed leverage and just went, oh, I was gutted, absolutely gutted, because the kit alone can fetch £200 easily, you know. So yeah, so absolutely gobsmacked. Thank you, Dave. And here we have what he has sent me. So basic update set A. So this is basic set A. So this is, they call this basic mode. Look at that. There's not much basic about that. So that's all your railings. That's all your railings and everything. And then we got a load of steps and everything there. And there's some, it looks like little bits in there for the catapult, not the catapults, the arrestor hooks perhaps, the wrestling wires. But it's mainly all railings and that you can see. We'll get on a bench and have a good look in a minute. This one is B. And this one's got the wind deflectors, catwalks, and the cranes. So you can see here there's the runners for the cranes. This is going up underneath the flight deck. So you can see how very, very complex it is. Hasegawa have been very, very clever in their marketing, because if you've got this and nothing else, then you can add these cranes, but you're adding your cranes to a great big ugly lump of plastic. So you really want to get the other one. And then there's like some railings on here. Oh, no, there's not. It's all just catwalks and stuff. There's the arrest wires by the look of it, and you've got the windbreaks up here as well. So that's all very, very nice. So gorgeous. And then here we have C. Obviously, Dave's had this out and had, look, he's put the instructions back in front of the photo etch. But this is a lot of parts for your aeroplanes and for your ship's boats. So it's very, very nice indeed. You can see all the airplane propellers there. So that's lovely. He's also sent me this. I'm just gobsmacked. This is the, again, he's had this out, so we'll have a good look in a minute on the bench. But this is the wooden carrier deck for the Akagi. So absolutely stunning. And then near the Holy Grail, the absolute Holy Grail. This is the one I've been waiting for. This is the box set. This is called Detail Up Parts Super. And if you can see on there, you can see all this structure up underneath the flight deck. There's the bow, there's the stern. You've got these supports and everything. So you can see all that there. And then here, they're kind of making it like this is what you're getting. But no, if you read the top, this is the other stuff you can get. So this is just that and that. So here we go. I will have a good look in a minute. So so happy to have this. Oh my God. Dave, you must send me somehow, email, WhatsApp, whatever. You must send me your bank details so I can pay you some money, or your PayPal, whatever. I can't take this for nothing. There's no way on this earth. I need to send you some money, really I do, for my conscience, for my own conscience. This is just, I'm absolutely blown away at the generosity of this man. Absolutely blown away. Just prove there are a lot of lovely people out there. I get sent a lot of stuff by a lot of people, and they are very nice. So thank you very much. But this is somebody who's just come out of the blue and like, you can have it, I'm not going to use it. Wow. So let's get to the bench and have a look and see what these sets are like. Okay, so here we are at the bench. So we'll start with set A. We'll have a good look through this and have a look at the instructions and everything. I'm sorry about any reflectivity or anything. Obviously with shiny brass and shiny cellophane wrappers, it's all a little bit difficult. So but we'll have a good look and try and best as we can. If you want to see all this being used, Amigraphy on YouTube, I'll put a link down below to a playlist that she's done. I think Amigraphy is a young lady. I think. I'm not sure, I get confused with another one. But they're doing a full build using all of these sets of the kits, so you can go and have a look at that. But this is basically set A, 72126, also got a code QG26. This was said to be out of production, gone a few years ago, but now there seem to be some available in Poland. So whether somebody's found some in a warehouse somewhere or something, but you can get these on eBay. It's not cheap, it's about 50 quid I think, but they can be got on eBay. So basically what we've got in set A, so looking at the instructions, we've got a layout here of the fret, and it's giving us some bits and pieces here. So here we've got some, this is going to be, this looks to me like the area where you have the top of the boarding ladders. You're folding this all up like a photo etch and then building up the steps. And then you've got different bits and pieces. So you've got bits of railings on here going around the bow there and around the sides of the hull. You've got railings here for the forecastle, and then more railings there. Way out. More railings there, and you can see there's lots and lots of bits and pieces of railings going around everywhere. Ladders, steps, usually your boarding ladders, and everything. So here we're going to use the plastic steps and add these to them, but I'm sure we're going to find later on in a different set you won't be using the plastic steps. So you have to be very careful. It's not like when you buy an Edward plastic kit and you've got photo etch in there and it all works in with the instructions, or like your photo etch parts in a Tamiya kit that all work in. You've got to work all this out yourself. So it takes a lot of work, and it's a lot of fun, believe me. So so you can see there we've got all that. So they're telling you to roll this onto a 4mm diameter. So get your sponge out, roll it up, and there you go. And then going over the page, here we have some more railings going all down the port side, and then we have some more railings going around the top of the bridge, and then we have a load more ladders. So these are plastic ladders, and they're telling you to fit the railings to them. As I say, I think we will find when we get further on, I think we will find we're going to be replacing those ladders with some other photo etch. Not 100% sure, but we shall see. And it could be that they look absolutely fine like that. But I know that if you have the kit, it is worth getting the Edward set as well, because the Edward set has a lot of bits and pieces that these sets don't have. It's much like with the KA and the Pontos. There's always something to be had from both. So there we are. So blimey, I got that folded up straight away. So that's our set A. And as you can see on here, we've got here some railings. I'll put my finger by it so you can see just how small it is. Sorry about my disgusting fingernails, guys. You can see we've got railings there. It's just heaps and heaps of railings. We've got some ladders there on the side, the rails for the ladders, the steps. More railings there. And then coming down here, we've got even more steps. You can see all those there. You can see what they look like. Very nice indeed. Not quite sure what they are. Didn't catch those in the instructions. Didn't see what they were. Where were they? Nope, still can't see them. They're going to be here somewhere, but I can't see what they're for. So there we go. There's the quiz for today. Work out what they're for. So there we are. So that's that all done. So that's set A. Absolutely gorgeous. Here we have set B. which again is very, very nice indeed. You can see we've got all our nets here for safety. We've got our windbreaks there. We've got another windbreak there. And this here is all the cranes, and then here we've got our arrestor gear. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. So we can open up this packet. Slide it out, be very careful you don't catch it on the glue, which I've done. Put the finger in the wrong place, so keep the glue away from your photo etch. Always be very careful with those bags, guys, especially with decals, because the glue is quite good and it'll rip your decals up. So very, very nice indeed. Let's have a look at these instructions. So here we've got like antennas being built up. There's a sort of mast there. There's a hatch. We're going to build a couple of those. This is the framework around the windows for the bridge, rather than just using the big lump of plastic you get in the kit. What's all this? We've got some nets here, some catch nets, some supports there for the side-mounted funnel. I'm not exactly sure what these things are here, but you're going to basically cut the plastic part and use the frame to stand them up in. We've got our, is it flagstaff or jackstaff on the stern? I can't remember now, but we've got that one going there. So we're going to fold that up, it looks like, or we're just going to glue that one to the plastic part by the look of it. And then here, these are the cranes you're going to build up for the stern. You're going to add all this to the stuff that comes in that big box I'm going to show you in a minute. And here you can see it's just adding it all to the big plastic lump that you get with the kit, which is totally not to scale. I'm sure it'll look very nice, weathered and chipped and painted, but not so good as the photo etch. Windbreaks here, so you've got the windbreaks with the single bars, and then you can add these to them. And then we've got the searchlights here. Only when you install the searchlights, you've got searchlights, you've got doors there to show the doors open, so that's really nice. Again here on the that's on the stern deck, and that's on the foredeck. Here you can see there's that frame we made up just now, folding up, adding to the bridge. And then we've got the mast going in there. We've got some ladders going on. We've got some steps going in the side, or buttresses are they, some supports or whatever. We've got some little bits and pieces or whatever they are going on there. So they're telling us to cut the plastic piece off and add the photo etch piece. And then here we've got our nets. Neither MA50 or MA56 are used at the Pearl Harbor operation. So that's those two big nets there, that one and that one. So if you're building Midway or whatever, then put them on. But if you're doing Pearl Harbor, then don't. So I'm not quite sure the differences in the ordinary kit and the Battle of Midway kit. I've got the ordinary kit, but I would love to build a Kagi as sunk, so that would be Midway. So here we go. But there she is. I couldn't believe the Kagi was built in 1927. I couldn't believe it. So there you can just turn around this way. You can see all those nets, very, very finely etched. All beautifully done. It's all going to fit like a dream as well. So there we go, you can see that, all the bits and pieces there for the crane rails. There you go, all very, very nicely done. So here we have photo etch set C. So we're going to get this one out, keep my finger underneath, there we go. So here we have photo etch set C. As you can see, it's lots and lots of bits and pieces. So we've got lots of oars, we've got boat stands or boat cradles, we've got lots of propellers here. Not sure what these things here are. Some more cradles down there. We've got templates for fitting the cradles, ladders, lots of little bits and pieces up there, and all sorts going on. Little crane there by the look of it. So here we have doopy-doopy-doo here. It's all sort of, it's not backwards, is it? It's Japanese. It's sort of right to left rather than left to right. So this is the start. I'm going to go over the page. No, it is actually left to right. Okay. So this is the start. So we're going to build up this frame here. And these are little support frames with little davits on them that are going to go on the outside of the hull. Not sure if you're replacing kit parts or what. That's the thing, you see, they don't tell you. They don't tell you if they're replacing a kit part like Edward do. You've just got to work it all out. So you need to sit down with the instructions and spend a couple of hours just going through, making notes, and make sure you know where you're going. Because the last thing you want to do is put a deck on and then find that there's a piece you could have put like in under there that you've missed out. We've got some ladders here. We've got here, this is, I'm not even sure where that is. We've got some more detail there. I've seen this part, that part featured in part A as well. And then here we've got this is underneath the stern deck. So we've got these photo etch ladders to add to these plastic pillars, but we're going to be replacing those plastic pillars with photo etch ones. So, and here we've got these are the arrestor wires, and then we've got some cable and block and tackle, whatever, for the little crane there. Another one there. So that's all very nice. And then going over the page, this is all the ship's boats. And looking at Amigraphy, as if some of you are aware, Hasegawa do an aftermarket set of boats with all the photo etch. Well, if you've got the kit, the sprue they give you in the box with the kit is the same as the one they give you in the aftermarket, and all of the photo etch here is exactly the same as you get in the box. So if you've got this set C, you don't need it. So here we have the boats going together. So this is what size is that? Is that a 15 metre perhaps? You've got a 12 metre motorboat there, an 11 metre motorboat. These all look very similar to what goes on the Yamato. And then we've got the 12 metre launch here. We've got a covered launch there. So and you've got all these, you've got a little sampan as well. And these are the templates, so you know where to put the little cradles onto the. So you're going to cut the big plastic lumps off and then put the cradles in. So you have to fill the holes in the hull. Make sure you remember to do that. And then here we've got our planes. So we've got a Eurofighter Type 21. We've got a Type 99 Carrier Dive Bomber. That's a VAL by the look of it. And then here we've got a Type 97 Carrier Attack Bomber. So that looks like it's a Kate. So we've got a Zero, a VAL and a Kate. I'm guessing that, just turn around and look at my kit. Type 99? I can't see anything about Type 99 on the IG box, but I'm guessing that is a VAL. It looks very much like a VAL to me. So, and that looks very much like a Kate to me. Of course, those names are the names the Western world gave them, so the Japanese probably refer to them by their correct name instead. So, looking at the photo etch, as you can see, a very, very comprehensive sheet. Lots of detail on there. Got these frameworks being built up to go around by the boats. Very, very nice indeed. And we've got all the propellers here for all the aircraft. I'm not sure if we get all these aircraft in the kit. It's probably tempting us to buy more aircraft. But there we go. All the boat cradles there. And then we've got all the oars for our little rowing boats. And I didn't catch those, what they're for. They're just straight thin strips of photo etch, so I don't know what they're for. Very, very nice indeed once again. And then here, this is the penultimate set we're going to look at. This one's got the packet's been damaged. Here we have, this is not just a wooden deck, guys. I've seen this on screen. So here we have, this is our big, I forget what it's called now, never mind. But that's the big Japanese flag that's going on the deck here, if it's going to be Battle of Midway. Okay, and then this is the big one that's going to go on the stern. I believe that goes on the stern as well. And these look like they are dry transfers. Yes, they are. They're dry transfers, so might be better off trying to paint those. So we shall see. And then we've got more dry transfers here. These are for all the wind direction stripes and everything. It's hard to see on there. Well, it's not hard to see, as you can see it now, but we've got all that on there, and that's all dry transfers as well. You probably prefer to mask that and paint it, to be honest. And then here we have photo etch plates for our lifts. Not sure why we've got a hole in the middle of that one, but I'm sure we'll see when we see the instructions. And then here we've got our wooden deck, which is beautiful. Is it going to come out? Let's have a look. Is all this going to come out, or is it stuck in there? It's probably going to be, the plastic bagging's probably stuck itself, or the plastic backing, should I say, has probably stuck itself to the bag. Can I just get one bit out? I don't think I can. There we go. Now we can see on here, hallelujah, at last somebody has done wooden decking. Okay, could you please focus, camera? That would be nice. Could you please focus on here? There we go. Somebody has done wooden decking and they haven't got the ends, you know, like everybody else does it, so the ends are all like dead in line, so that every plank is exactly the same length and meets at exactly the same point. This is all staggered, which is far more accurate. Thank you very much. Also notice the Japanese have longitudinal planks where the Americans have them going across. But you've obviously got the glossy backing on there, you peel that off and stick it down. But it's very, very nice. And I'm not going to get any more out because it's all stuck in there. I don't want to damage anything. So there's our wooden deck. And then we'll have a look at the instructions. I've never seen this before. Never even seen it being used. So here we have 2 sets of instructions. So step 1, please apply after peeling off the film on the back. So they're giving you all the different sections that are going in here. That's your wooden deck there. And then step 2, we're adding the photo etch in there, is it, I'm guessing? Please install the etching parts 0405. Please install 0405 and 06 in Q1, Q24 and Q7 parts. So you're going to add those photo etch panels onto the plastic parts. Not quite sure why, but you are. So there we go. So that's, I can't see any numbers on them. Okay, that's 4, that's 5 and that's 6. So I'm not quite sure what these are for. There's no mention of these, 1, 2 and 3. I can see no mention of them anyway at the moment. Strange. Okay. So the colour we're going to use here is SCO2. That's actually wrong. Akagi was built at the Kure Naval Shipyard, so you're going to use Kure, which is LP12, is it, or 13? Yeah, 13 is Sasebo, or Sasebo, however you say it. LP12 is your Kure. There you go. Lovely Japanese grey, and that LP12 paint goes down beautifully. So there we go. So it's telling us here to please use parts 54, 63, 64, 65 and 67 of optional QG27. So that's set B, I believe. So yeah. So we shall see. I mean, it's all very, very involved and needs a lot of planning. You don't just sit down and start throwing this together, guys, honestly. So it's telling us to cut out. It fixes with the sellotape. So you position it with the sellotape and then you rub it down, okay, and then you please peel the film off quietly. So don't make any noise when you're doing it. And then this is the Battle of Midway configuration. And you can see there we've got that beautiful big Hinumaru or something it's called, isn't it? So that's very, very nice indeed. So yeah, we've got the red and white stripes across the back, and we've got that Japanese signal there, which is obviously saying Akagi, or A, probably. So they know which ship they're coming in on. But it's a real mystery. I'd love to know what those parts there are for. Unless, I see what it is. These are the exterior frames. Okay, I can see it now. These are the exterior frames that go around. I was looking at these panels in the middle. What they are, they're actually carrying these parts here. This here is waste. What we're actually looking at is the frame. The frame around the photo etch. So that's going to frame around that one. So that's what it is. Right. It doesn't tell you in here to use parts 1, 2, but they're telling you to add them to the plastic parts, I guess. So that should fit perfectly in the hole in the wooden deck. So there we go. Right. Now then. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Or certainly the moment I've been waiting for about 11 or 12 years. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have one of these in my hand, ever. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Dave. Unbelievable. Right, so there's a lot in here. You can see on the box front just how technical this gets. Look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is a fabricator's dream. But I can tell you now, this is one of those models you would not just sit down and throw yourself at it. It's something like, if you watch Plastic Monkey's channel, you'll see him doing his Megami, and it's something he just does a bit of work on every now and again, maybe just an hour a month, just, you know, just to keep it going. Otherwise it's just going to wear you in. It's going to completely blow you in. You wouldn't want to sit down in one evening and do all that. It'd absolutely blow your mind, and you'll have no eyesight left at the end of it. But you can see here that pillar there, how it's going to lend itself beautifully to soldering. You solder down that back joint, it's going to become one. So you're saying on here you can get the carrier deck, which we've got. Sorry, the kit, the carrier Akagi, that's the kit itself. And then the wooden deck, got that. I've got the kit as well. IJN Aircraft Carrier Basic Set A, thank you Dave. IJN Basic Set B, thank you Dave. IJN Basic Set C, thank you Dave. General Jack Stay, I don't have that, I must send off and get that. And then here's an upgrade set for the aircraft. You can add lots more aircraft. But and you can see there we've got the ability to have the ladder down, the lift down, and then have the aircraft in there. But the trouble is, I don't think you have a hollow forward and back. I think it's a solid wall. And I'm not sure if that's correct. But in here you can see in there the detail where all the boats are, the ship's boats in there. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunningly beautiful. So I'll have to do a review of the kit as well, won't I? If you want to see a review of the kit, drop me a line down below. So in here we have instructions. We have photographs of how it should all look when you've got it all together. Beautiful. And then here we have, come on, down you come. Here we have a nameplate. As you can see, it doesn't want to move. Come on, move. Underneath there is a nameplate. It's in Japanese and it basically says Akagi. Probably says IJN Akagi. But you can see here, this is stunning. This is all the cross members and little outriggers and everything for all that beautiful photo etch underneath the deck. And then under here, if I dare to lift this off without damaging it, let me put this down. Let me grab a rule. Where's my rule gone? Here I am, Mr. Prepared as usual. I'll grab this big one here. And just get it under there to break away the glue and keep everything flat. There we go. So it's just held down with these bits of double-sided tape, that's all. We need to be careful not to bend anything, because after all it's a very precious item. There we go. So we have under here, as you can see, there's the nameplate there. So if anybody can read Japanese, perhaps they can tell me what it says. In fact, if I grab my phone, look at that on the front of there, look. GIRS in flight. So if I grab my phone and I go to translate, it should come up with Japanese straight away. Yes, it does. So camera, so we'll put the camera over that and we'll see what it says. Japanese Navy Aircraft Carrier Akagi. Can you see that? Let me move it up. That's what it's saying. Oh, go away, I don't want to send bloody feedback. There we are. Japanese Navy Aircraft Carrier Akagi. So that's what that's saying in Japanese. So there we are, so that's lovely. You can see here we've got all these supports for the rear. And when you kind of look at this, you kind of get an idea of how small it all is. And this is going up underneath the stern deck. There's a whole section that goes in. I'm sure it's photographed here. You can see you've got a whole section. Yeah, there's a whole section under the stern deck here. You put another layer on top of, so you've got to build all that first and then put that in. Oh, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But as I say, I think it'll drive you absolutely mental if you try and do it all in one. So here we've got the, these are the protective, like sandbag type things they put all around the bridge and everything. and they're done in white metal, so they're going to really add to the detail of the model. And then here we've got the third. Is there just the 3 photo etched frets in this set? Yes, there are just the 3. So there we got the all the longerons and everything there, and more bits for your for going underneath the decks. So all in all, this is just absolutely stunning, and I am totally and utterly made up. I never thought I'd see the day I'd have one of these in my hands, and it's finally happened. So now I have to build that model. I can't just keep this in my stash, as rare as it is. I can't just keep it in the stash, I have to use it. So I think I will probably do this bit by bit, but I'm warning you guys, it'll be like the Lancaster, it'll be in and out. So that's the set. Let's have a look at the instructions. So there's all our etch there. So there's that's 1 sheet there, that's 2 sheets there, that's 3 sheets. I looked at this, I thought the sheet's missing. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 sheets, and then we've got all those pieces of white metal blast bags. So here we're building up these little pillars that go in the side that support the deck. You also get those in the Edward set. Here we've got some more pillars going in the back. You're going to replace all those big chunks of plastic. The plastic parts are just basically solid lumps with lines moulded on them, so you know they're not going to look good. And there you've got more of those supports going in there. Then we've got all the rear supports being built up here for the actual the rear of the flight deck. You can see here, please refer to figure installed in the rear deck. And then we've got more of those supports being built up here, and then we're starting to build up all the actual framework that's going to go underneath the deck. So absolutely stunning. This is where we're going to be using our little blast bags and stuff. I think it will be painted like an off-white colour. You can see here very nice instructions showing you how to fold and fabricate all this stuff. So it's sort of preparing you, I think. It's preparing you with all these folded members. And then I think you're going to turn over and you're going to find you're going to use all them. Yeah. So this is the section I was talking about. So you've got all these bits here going in. They're all got separate numbers. There's a lot of 422Rs, 421Ls, 422Ls. So be very, very careful. And then you've got each cross member has got its own individual number, and they're all going to slot down in top. I did notice when I was watching Amigraphy's build, there's a lot of slots moulded in here. So it's probably worth, if not in that one because it's covered up, but certainly the ones above, fill them in first with plastic card, because it's going to look awful underneath having them left in there. And then here we've got the bow. So this is all the framework going into the bow. So all of this is going to go down on top of that. Okay, so you're going to have to really get your head screwed on. And they're giving you steps here. Please assemble 3, 7, 305 and 305 to the shape of this. So 307, 305, 3 and 7. So there's cross member 3, cross member 7. So you're going to start with doing the 2 outers first. So they're really guiding you through, not just chucking you in. They're telling you to put those 2 cross members in with those 2 longerons. Then install 301, 303 and 303L down the middle. Then install these, then install these, then install, and that's, they're sort of taking you through it. It's really, really good. And then you've got all these tiny little individual pieces here going down the outside edge. And I don't quite know how you're meant to get those in the right position so that they actually butt up against the side of the superstructure and not get in the way. So I suppose you could lay the superstructure on there. Don't know. Maybe dummy build the model with the superstructure in place and then have it tacked on and lifted off so the superstructure is there and you can put it in. I don't know. We'll look at that. And then they're telling you to please assemble and everything in this certain order. So the rib parts are going in there. So they're giving you a line that they go up to, but I'm not sure if the line is actually marked on the kit. And here they're telling you the rib part goes there, so they're telling you to cut it. Not sure, but I'm sure we'll work it all out. And there we go. There's those rear supports going in upside down, and that's it. Simple as that. It's only about 1,000 pieces of brass. It's 10 minutes work in it. Do it, you know. Go and put the oven on, chuck a pizza in there, and by the time the pieces done, you'll be finished. Job done. So there we go. Just look at these photographs once more. So here you can see, come here, open. Here you can see we've got all those outriggers in place all the way down there. Not quite sure how you're meant to guarantee they're in the right place. And these are all the plastic grooves. See the grooves in the plastic? I would personally fill them up first with plastic cards so you don't see them. There we go. Well, I'm absolutely gobsmacked, in case you couldn't tell. So yeah, thoroughly and utterly over the moon with this lot. Thank you very much, Dave. You are a complete and utter, absolute, total star. Thank you very much. I'm going to do this justice. I think I'm going to order this jack stay. And the general jack stay, what that is these bits here. They go all the way around. You can see them up here as well. They're just, I don't know why they call them jack stays. I think they're like ropes that the people tie themselves off on when they're like working on the side of the hull or whatever. You can see them all around here. They go all over the top of the funnel. You can see them there. And they go all around the hull. So lots and lots of work to get them looking nice. But I think they're worth the effort. With all this, I mean, it's just stupid not to, isn't it? But that is a major, major, major project. There we are. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. Nothing like as long as the Enterprise review, is it? So you're probably pleased about. But there we go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.